Hi, welcome to Locally Sourced. I'm your host, Armanda Familetti. Every person is unique with unique experiences and challenges. CoveCare Center here in Carmel treats every one of their clients personally, and I'm very happy to welcome Deborah Beatty, Krista Zanfardino, and Michael, who's a client at CoveCare. Welcome, folks. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
So, Deborah, I'll start with you. Can you tell me something in general about what CoveCare does and what you do specifically at CoveCare?
Absolutely. CoveCare as an agency provides many services for people with mental health issues, with drug and alcohol issues, and it also provides community-based services. I'm a team leader in the PROS Center. PROS stands for Personalized Recovery-Oriented Services. Which, what does that mean? We're an innovative program which empowers people who have been diagnosed with mental health issues to work on their recovery goals. We primarily do that through, one of the first things we ask people is to tell us about their hopes and dreams. And from there, we develop a treatment plan on how to reach those goals. Very often this is through working in groups. We have groups that are scientifically evidence-based groups that teach skills on how to use cognitive behavior skills, how to use dialectical behavior skills, CBT, DBT, among many other skills. We have.
Let me just interrupt you
for
a minute.
Sure, sorry.
And I was doing, the research that you gave me before the show, CBT and DB. Can you go into a little more? I wasn't quite sure what they mean.
Absolutely. So CBT stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. And basically the idea is that very often the way that we think, the negative thoughts that we have, influences our feelings. And we struggle with, distressful emotions because of what we think. And sometimes by challenging what we think and reframing it, we can actually better regulate our emotions.
Oh, great. So you mentioned sort of generally what CoveCare does. So how is this particular program, and say it again for me, PROS?
PROS, which is Personalized Recovery-Oriented Services.
All right. So very personalized according to each unique individual's experiences, challenges, struggles when they come through the door.
Absolutely.
Right? So how does that differ from the other programs that you have at CoveCare?
Primarily because we are working mostly with groups. We offer groups that teach these skills, that teach the CBT skills, how to use CBT skills in their life, how to use DBT skills, which is dialectical behavior therapy skills, how to use coping skills, how to develop social skills if that's something that they're lacking, how to embrace their imperfections, how to kind of deal with symptom management, and many, many other things.
So tell me about these groups. How many people are in them? How many do they come to once they enter the PROS program?
Absolutely. So it's very personalized. So some people might have 2 groups, some people might have 10 groups. It really depends on what their goals are, what their barriers are, what they need to work on.
Wow, 10 groups? A day?
Oh, no, not a day, a week, I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah, so it's we have groups, they're 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 5 days a week. So
2 in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what happens at that group. That's for insomniacs or?
No, 2 groups, not 2 a.m.
Oh, okay. I know we actually have a slide that you gave us that shows, the days of the week.
Absolutely.
And all of the different groups
Absolutely.
that you have available for people. So let's say that I enter the program. I assume that there's some sort of diagnostic. There's the slide that we have of all the different groups. So that's a lot going on over there. That's a lot of people and a lot of good work happening.
Absolutely.
So let's say that I come into the program. Tell me a little bit about what happens and how do I get assigned to a group? How do you know which group is going to work for me?
Absolutely. And so that really comes from you. It is personalized. So one of the first things that we'd ask you is, what are your hopes and dreams? What is it that you want to accomplish? What changes do you want to make in your life? We also ask you on that first day, what is your life going to look like when you leave here? PROS is not a place where you just, that's what you do.
Right.
PROS is a way to get to what you want to do.
You have a target and a goal, and everything that you do for the client is pushing them towards that goal.
Absolutely. And so sometimes we have people who want to have better relationships with their family. Maybe they want to go back to work. Maybe they've never worked before. Maybe they want to volunteer. Maybe they want to find meaning and purpose in their life. Maybe they want to work on their drug and alcohol issues. So all of those things are there's a group for those to help them to reach those goals.
So how, as a someone in the community, I know that there's CoveCare. How do I know that maybe it's time for me to go to CoveCare? Maybe it's time for me to seek help, and then find out what you can do for me.
Yeah, I think if someone is kind of struggling and struggling with knowing what they want to do, or someone is struggling with getting where they want to go, then CoveCare Pros, it might be a place for them. To be eligible for our program, you have to be at least 18 years of age. You have to have a mental health diagnosis, and as I said, you have to kind of either want to make some sort of change in your life, have some sort of goal, or maybe your goal is to make a goal.
Okay, so I have to come in with a diagnosis. Is that what you're saying?
Not always.
Would
Sometimes
you be able?
We would be able
say,
to.
Okay, well, I think we know what's the problem.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes, absolutely.
Okay, and I think when I looked at your website, which is very informative, by the way, I would encourage people to go to the website, and there's a lot of good information. When I went to the website, I saw that with Pros, you're kind of bringing in all of the counseling work that you do and helping that individual with everything that you've got in a way.
Absolutely.
But it's very personalized for what goals that person wants to attain. Would you say that's the case?
Absolutely, yeah, and sometimes even it's improving physical health. Maybe it's it's having more purpose and meaning in their life. So so whatever it is that our members need, we kind of meet them there. So our groups will change, will kind of tweak, what we're offering according to what the needs are of the people that are in the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Michael, you're in the program, and
Yes.
you've been in the program for
4 years.
4 years. So let's have your story. What prompted you to walk through the doors of CoveCare in the first place?
Well, my mom, recently passed away, and I just, wasn't doing well, isolating. I didn't want to communicate with anyone, and I was looking online, and it came across, and I made a call and decided to go. And the truth is, Pros, CoveCare, literally saved my life. When I walked in there, I talk about goals. I didn't have a goal. I just wanted to feel better. That was like my first goal, was to feel better. And you talked about number of groups and things like that. When I first started, Krista did my intake, and the first groups I went to were grief groups. Of course, my mom passed away the year before, and it was only 2 groups a week. And then little by little, I started, talking to the people there, my peers, and saw I had things in common with them, and they would reach out to me and say, "You should try this group, you should try that group." And within 6 months, I was going, instead of 2 days a week, I was going 5 days a week. And then you work with your therapist, picking out groups that help you on what you want to reach. And then I started to, I decided I wanted to work in the field. And I started, going online, taking these courses online. And after about a year, I became a certified peer specialist, and now I'm working in the field.
So actually, you went from being just a member of the group to being a
peer bridger.
A peer bridger.
Yeah.
What does that entail? That's part of how you're working there now.
Right. Yeah. I work for MHA, Mental Health Association.
Of Putnam County.
In Putnam County, yes. Peer bridging. You go to the hospital either to partial or read for, and you just share with the clients there your experiences. Let them know that they're not alone. Mostly there is hope. You have to have hope. Without hope, There's nothing. I
Right,
walked
you're
in with
just
no hope.
stuck.
Yes, exactly. And I was stuck for a long time, years.
Wow.
And it's a great feeling when you connect with someone. They come up to you after, the group and say, "Listen, thank you very much. Your story inspired me. So it's a great. You go there to help them, but I think I get more out of it than maybe they do. It's really good.
Going back to the website, your story is on the website.
Oh yeah.
Which it's a very touching story, and I'm very happy that you're
Thank you.
doing so well now.
Thank you.
And a few other folks' stories are on the website, and that seems like it. A person who's struggling, a person who feels the things you did in a crisis situation, can go to the website and sort of see things in other folks' stories that remind them of themselves, and say. All of the stories have a happy ending, I have to say. And so it's a person who's in a bad place, and they make the initial move to go to Cove, which sometimes I'm thinking might be the hardest part of the whole process.
Without a
is
doubt.
just making the call or showing up at the door.
Yeah.
But from then on, just get past that, and things really get a lot better for you.
It does. I mean, when I made the call, and then someone called me back to do a phone interview, and I changed my mind, but this person kept me on the phone for 45 minutes.
Was it one of these?
Oh, no, it wasn't. No. And she kept me on the phone, and finally I said, okay. And then, like I said, it was the best move I ever made.
Right. So would that be like the first thing, just if you're struggling, if you're in that really bad place, just go there. Just make that call and stay on the phone.
Not for 45 minutes.
Okay, well maybe that's a little excessive, but stay on the phone and then enter the program.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It was hard going in, and it was hard getting used to the programs and things like that. But then something changed in me. It was the people that run the groups. It was the people in the groups. It was just, it's a community. And people are always helping each other, and I needed that. I needed that.
So, would your advice be don't wait until you're in a crisis situation?
I wish I would have done it,
before.
For
right.
sure.
And that with Krista, is that the advice you would give as well? Because you want to get to happiness as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So don't delay.
Yeah. I think people feel alone in their mental health, in their struggles and the things that they're experiencing, and can't really relate to people in their lives a lot. And that's the beauty of coming into a program, is you can see you're not alone. Hope is possible. Recovery is possible. And if you can just make the call and come and check us out. One of the nice things about the PROS program is that we do have a screening period. You can just come and see if you like it. You don't have to sign up on the first day. So you can screen the groups. You can see if it's a good fit for you. You're not signing your life away. It's a really nice opportunity to see if it's a good fit, and to meet people like Michael, who will tell you their story.
So Krista, what do you do at CoveCare?
I'm the Associate Vice President. I've been at CoveCare for a long time now. I used to oversee the PROS program, and now I'm working in some program development, data analytics, and some really exciting things that we have to really kind of move our programs forward.
So what is data analytics? What are you doing?
Well, we're looking at our outcomes. We are.
So you're evaluating,
and
you're looking at baseline evaluation, and then how your clients move ahead in life.
Constantly,
is it good news, Krista?
It is. Yeah, it's good. We're seeing a lot of good outcomes in our PROS program alone. Where our vocational program is, we have a lot of people working who or in volunteer work. Mike is a good example of somebody who came in and said, I don't know if I ever want to work, and now. He went through looking at what was available. We have groups for all of that.
Yeah, so this is some of your research results, right?
Absolutely. So this is just as of right this moment, we have 26% of our clients are working, 10% more are looking for work, 15% more are volunteering, and 8% of our clients are in school, in college, training programs. So it's very exciting to be able to help people at all aspects.
Right.
We help people after they get a job to keep their job, and we really, as a data person, I get to see the success stories, and I really get to see those numbers increasing and increasing.
So we can assume from that slide that the 26% that are, looking for work or working weren't in that situation when they walk through the door.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. The people who are coming to pros are usually looking for that help to get to that step, are not quite there yet, and usually need some coping skills or help in some sort of area, and that's what we're helping people with.
So Michael mentioned something about the Mental Health Association of Putnam County. They do great work, and I understand that CoveCare and MHA are now partners. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, we're very excited. We just made an affiliation official. We've been working with MHA for years. MHA has been in the community for a long time. They do really amazing work. And they're primarily a peer-run program. And peers are people who have their own lived experience, who are going through their own recovery.
Yeah.
Like Michael, absolutely. And like Michael said, they're going to the hospitals, they're going in the jails, they're running groups. And we have been able to have this affiliation, and we can help them on some administration and overhead kind of stuff, and they can help us on more peer-run programs.
Right.
That they're doing.
You actually kindly brought us a video of who's the woman on the video?
Megan Castellano. She's the executive director of the MHA in Putnam.
Okay, so we're going to bring that up in a minute. So just tell me, how long has this? How long has this been going on? This affiliation?
The affiliation is official as of January 1st this year. So it's very recent. It's brand new, and we're very excited about it.
Okay, so are we ready with that video?
It's been wonderful to have CoveCare Center in our community, that's a place when we're doing the work we're doing to combat stigma and raise awareness and let people know that recovery is possible, that they have a place where they can go to actually start working on their path on that road. Because of the prevalence of stigma, when you're breaking down those barriers and people finally do go to get care, they're going to get it. They're not going to run into a barrier because they don't have insurance, or because they're underinsured, or because they don't have access to transportation. CoveCare has a variety of different services that can wrap themselves around the individual rather than expecting the individual to meet a very specific category to be eligible to get the care that they need.
So that was very informative. That's great. I have to just mention the quality of the videos that you have on your website. They're really well done, and again, they help people connect with the person who the video is about. It's usually about, like Michael, a client who tells their story, and it's always a poignant story. And congratulations on that. And another reason why people should visit your website if they or someone they know is having struggles, sort of point them in the right direction and see what's going on. It seems like what you're doing is a very gentle way of helping people. And so here's some information about how people can contact you, right? How do people contact you the most? Is it on the phone? Is it coming to the... It's on Route 6, really visible on Route 6, I must say.
I think people tend to give us a call. Most people are feeling a little nervous that first time that they're coming in. So you can call us. Our number is right up there. You can check us out on our website. We have Facebook, Twitter, but the easiest way is to just give us a call or come on in, and we'll tell you what programs we offer and see where you could fit.
So what do you think, and I'll ask this of all three of you, what's the barrier to people coming in? Is it stigma? Do people not want to be seen in the parking lot of CoveCare? is that a big issue?
For me, it was fear. Fear of the unknown.
Fear that it might not work? Or?
No, fear maybe that it would work.
What?
Let me explain. When you're in crisis where you are, you become comfortable in that. It's like you're miserable, but at least it's a feeling that you know. Now you go out of your comfort zone, and and these programs take you out of your comfort zone. But I found out that I liked it. Little by little, it takes a lot of work.
Not the day you first walked in.
No. Not for a while.
What did you do to poor Micah?
And it takes a while. It takes a lot of practice. These groups that you go to, they're 50 minutes a week, but you have to practice these skills that you learn out of the group. And that's the main thing, practice. And, and then little by little, the uncomfortable became comfortable.
Michael, I bet you're a great peer bridger and coach.
I'd
love to have you in my group. I think if they're all like you, that would be terrific. So actually, just staying with you, did you mention that you go to jails and and to hospitals?
Hospitals and jail, Putnam County Jail.
So you're working with the Sheriff's Department on that?
Yes.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
And so do people in jail or in the hospital, they have a choice to have you come and talk to them? Or?
Yeah, when we go, like at the hospital, it's, they make the announcement and, not everyone goes. I don't think it's mostly voluntary.
Okay, so it's volunteer.
Yeah, but we get the people that go, seem interested. And I've had, some people, come to pros, come to MHA. You just give out the information and, hopefully, just get across that there's hope. Right. That's like the main thing is hope.
Right. We did a show a month or two ago with CoveCare and with your CEO, and that was what struck me the most, is that there really is hope.
There is,
I mean,
yes.
you really can get better. Recovery is true, right?
It is.
And I think that's a really important message to get out there. So let me ask you, I want to make sure we get this in before we have to wrap up. You have a couple of fundraisers during the year, right? And you have probably the most fun fundraiser around, and that's the Putnam County Spelling Bee. So one of you, tell me about the Putnam.
Well, the Putnam County Spelling Bee, this year is our 9th annual. We're very excited about it. And it's not when you think of a traditional spelling bee where you just have to go up in front of a group of people and spell a word, and if you get
standing
it wrong,
in a microphone,
it's not like that.
Saying use it in a sentence.
It's a team. So you bring a team of people and you sit at the table, and we have
Can you have your
announcers.
You cell phone?
Cannot have your cell phone. There's no cheating.
No dictionary.
There's no dictionary.
dictionary.
But you get to work with teammates, and the announcers say the word, and you talk with your teammates, and you write it on a board, and you hold it up, and you can also bring cheerleaders, and there's an award for most enthusiastic cheerleaders, and there's opportunities for sponsorship and ads, and it's a fundraiser, but it's a lot of fun. And our program has won most enthusiastic cheerleaders quite a few times.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We're pretty enthusiastic.
Wait a minute. The fix is in.
No, it's not.
You work there.
Well, we challenge you and everyone out there to come and try and beat us.
For cheering.
For cheering, yes.
Not
and
for spelling.
Not for spelling. It's April 19th at 5:30.
It's coming up.
Dinner.
It's
It's coming
spring.
up. It's a really exciting
Well, you
event.
have dinner.
Yes. Yep. It's
Now you've got my attention.
yeah, it's an adult event because there is a bar, but yes, it's a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. I see it every year, and I think I need a team. So how many people can be on a team? I can't be a team of one, right?
No, I mean you can have
Give me a sample of the kind of teams.
People come
You have
anywhere
lawyers,
from 3 to
right?
10.
Don't you have lawyers?
Yes. We have
And they win
lawyer-
every year. I think I heard that.
No, I think we've had a nice variety of different teams who have won libraries and
Oh,
doctors.
I would
and
think
lawyers
libraries.
Yeah,
and-
right. Yeah.
They better win.
It's really a fun opportunity to have lots of different people throughout the county and counties near us to kind of come together and just have a good time.
So actually, you sell out quite a bit, right? Don't you have like limited seating? You only have so many room for so many teams. So start now.
Absolutely.
Get your team together and start practicing your spelling.
And you're cheering.
And cheering. Well, are you looking for competition?
I mean, we're not saying that we're the most enthusiastic all the time, but we have won a few times.
Okay.
So.
All right. So everybody, that's the word. Get out there, sign up now for your team at the 9th annual. And there are prizes and there's dinner.
Yes.
I mean, what more could you want? What's the price, by the way?
There's a very large award that...
it's a real gigantic,
it's
ridiculous-looking award.
Yes, but it's great because I think now that we're on year 9, people really get to know that this is the award. It gets to sit in your team's office or where
It's like
you're
the
at.
Stanley Cup. It moves
Yes,
team to team.
yes. And bragging rights, of course, is always important.
You know what? You guys have just been great. So thank you so much, Deborah, Krista, and Michael. We're out of time. But I know we're going to do, hopefully, a couple more shows about the different programs that you do. So, folks, stay tuned. And I just want to say thanks so much for the work that you do for the community and for coming on the show. You're terrific. And thanks so much, of course, for our wonderful crew that comes every week so loyally. And a shout out to Gil Malley, one of our crew members. He's not feeling too well, so we miss you, Gil. And thanks to everybody. Thanks for watching.